Thank you for joining me for this Saturday, February the 18th, OBX Wave Report. I am Robert Scribbler, your wave reporter on all things waves, weather, climate, and beach lifestyle. And for today, we're going to do a quick report of the waves and weather conditions for the Outer Banks. Heading off on a journey, and I've got to get going. So this is going to be a little bit of a truncated version of the wave report. However, I did want to show you the observations at Jeanette's Pier right now, provided by Willy Weather. And looks like this is more of a curiosity just to show you that when it gets cool around here, it seems like the weather forecasts are correct, um, as far as at least the observations go. So right now, weather conditions at Jeanette's Pier have temperature in the range of 38 degrees, so the temperatures aren't overshooting the weather predictions as they were yesterday and the day before. So it's cold down here, and the cold weather predictions are about on point. It is worth noting that the winds are starting to die down at Jeanette's Pier with gusts coming out of the north right now at around 17 to 20 miles an hour, and the swell is also starting to die down as well, with swells coming in at around 5.5, 6 feet out of the northeast, according to direct observations at Jeanette's Pier. All right, so in the satellite shot, we can see that the gale force front has moved offshore. You can see the feathery clouds that indicate the cold winds coming in the north, from the north and blowing over the Atlantic Ocean, interacting with the warm, moist air to create those long, thin streamers of clouds as you get that cold air coming up from the north. We've got a little bit of a disturbance over parts of Texas and Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, and another disturbance out here off the US West Coast. The upper level cloud tops are showing up in the bright colorations. We can see the gale force front heading offshore. We can see the disturbance moving over Texas and parts of the central US, and we can see the moisture flowing down out of the northwest and an upper level low off the US West Coast here in the infrared satellite shot provided by Tropical Tidbits. And I did also want to show you guys the weather systems. The high pressure systems are coming up very clearly in the wind models. I'll go ahead and change to the pressure gradients. We got two big high pressure systems, one out here in the east and one out here out west. And these are the main dominant features, although we do have disturbances moving through. The high pressure in the east is going to move offshore into tomorrow and is going to form a bit of a ridge and bring up much warmer air. So even though it's cold today, it's going to warm up tomorrow, although the wave heights are likely to tamp down over the course of the day today. Right now, we've got small craft advisories up across the Outer Banks, but nothing really in the way of major weather. We've got some brisk northerly winds, some cold temperatures, as expected behind the gale force front. The waves, however, across the Outer Banks are ranging from 2 to 7 feet, and these wave heights will be dying down throughout the day. We do have that gale that's still off the US Northeast coast, and that one will be heading offshore, and waves in that region will be subsiding throughout the day as well. All right, so looking at NOAA's quantitative prediction forecast does give us an idea where the storms are going to form over the next 7 days. And more, it's looking like events are going to be more intense out west, with some potential for stormy weather out for the northern tier of the central and eastern US and into the Tennessee, Kentucky area. Some indication of possible nor'easter formation out here off the US northeast coast, but nothing too crazy. The southern region of the United States is expected to be drier, with the southeast expected to be warmer than normal, and the western US expected to be colder than normal. All right, looking at our local observations, I'm going to go ahead and provide you guys with some wave observations for a few points locally. And we've got Jeanette's Pier did already talk a little bit about the swell. Looking at various wave monitors, looks like the swell is coming in from the north at around 6 feet. The waves hitting the shore are probably in the range of 3 to 6 feet, maybe a little less. Winds coming out of the north, which is a cross onshore flow, probably chopping up those waves, but not blowing them out. Primary swell coming in at 7 seconds with those nearly 6 foot waves, and the secondary swell coming in at 9 seconds. Air temperatures in the range of 38, 39 degrees Fahrenheit, so very cold air and cold water as well, about 47 to 50-degree water temperatures out there at Jeanette's Pier. Weather conditions for today expected to be sunny, windy with the high of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, across the Outer Banks, we're experiencing mostly 2 to 5 foot waves, 2 to 6 foot waves, with the one exception being Buxton. I'm going to go ahead and provide you with an observation from Rodanthe, which is right now wave heights are in the range of 2 to 4 feet. I'm sorry, 2 to 5 feet, with the primary swell at 5 feet coming in at 7 seconds, secondary swell coming in at 9 seconds. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 23 miles per hour, which is a cross offshore flow. Air temperatures at Rodanthe also cool, or very, well, I would say cold. 41 degrees Fahrenheit with those blustery winds is pretty cold. Ocean water temperatures also cold at 50 degrees. And the weather today is expected to be sunny, windy with a high of 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Just a word on ocean water temperatures. Ocean water temperatures all up and down the Outer Banks have gotten a bit colder over the past week. And for the northern beaches, the coldest water temperatures are in through late February and into early March. So we are in the coldest water temperature time frame, although you can tend to get warming from the south first, heading on toward the north. But right now, as we get on down to Buxton, ocean water temperatures down there are actually colder than they were last week at 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Word on waves at Buxton. Buxton is the big wave